Here's some nice stuff that I got sent in from some companies to review for all you guys out there. So thanks so much again to all the companies that send me this stuff to review for you guys. Definitely appreciate it. I got some awesome flicks I want to share my thoughts and opinions of, and they all come out. A lot of them come out this coming up Tuesday, and also these are already available right now. So look out for that. Descriptions below where you can get these at from these various companies. I'm gonna start off with the Paramount Pictures releases. I'm gonna start off with the movie collection set. For the first time on 4K, for all you Trekkies out there, you get the first 4 original films of Star Trek up here on 4K on this awesome set. This comes out coming up Tuesday, September 7th. This will be at your nearest store. Look out for that. Great set. And also coming on Blu-ray too of the classic, films of Star Trek. I'll open this up for you guys real quick and check it out. These load up with all kinds of features too. And this looks fantastic on 4K. Looks and sounds amazing. You get Star Trek, the motion picture, of course. Star Trek Part 2. The Wrath of Khan, my personal favorite one is that one. Khan! And it's just like, it's so over the top, like Ricardo Montalban. Amazing stuff. Because Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, and Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. So all right up here, it looks great. And these also come with some digital codes too, which I'll take those out right now. I'll show us like inside the contents of it up over here. And you got all the discs in their own little slot, as you can see right over there. And here is the back of it. So these have all behind the scenes footage, interviews, commentary tracks, all kinds of great stuff. Some archival stuff also is on this too. Like Leonard Nimoy, William Shatner, a bunch of other things are on this set. So like I said, for the first time ever, here's the back of the box set up here. Really cool collage of some of the films. It's a great one to have. If you're like a Star Trek guy, this right here is awesome. This is so fun. Like, I'm not a huge Star Trek guy, but they're pretty fun movies though. But my favorite one out of these ones is definitely Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Always like that one. Once that little worm thing goes in the ear. Creepy and just like, oh man, it's so good, that one. Really, it was just like that. I love that one. It's super good. So it looks amazing on 4K. So if you're a big fan of these movies, look out for these coming out this Tuesday. They're finally on 4K. It looks amazing. This is great one to get. Next up here, I have a really fun one that I remember watching as a kid. You guys probably did too. And that is Bugsy Malone, starring Scott Baio and Jodie Foster. Brought to you by Alan Parker, who did Fame, Pink Floyd The Wall, a bunch of other stuff. Before that, his first film was this Bugsy Malone, made in 1976. And what's great about this one was like it takes place in the year 1929, so it's like the Prohibition era, but it's all kid actors portraying gangsters, showgirls, and they shoot each other. They don't shoot. They use like guns, but it's like filled up with like whipped cream. It's like really wacky. Instead of drinking beer, it's like cream soda and stuff like that. But it's like it's really out there, and it's a really great movie. I remember watching this one quite a few times as a kid. And I just remember I forgot about that movie, and I got this review, like, oh yeah, that movie. And you get the cool gatefold of this thing. And it's just a fun one up here. Good musical, just fun stuff. Great sets. It looks great. Like if you like stuff like The Great Gatsby and musicals and that kind of stuff and Prohibition type things, you'll definitely get a kick out of Bugsy Malone, because it's all kid actors, like 10, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, all playing gangsters. And during this time, so it's pretty funny, pretty wacky, but it's good though. It's Bugsy Malone. So I'll take out the slip case up here. Show you what it looks like inside. And of course, it comes with a digital code in here, and here's what it looks like inside. So you get a nice little collage artwork in there. And here it is, like all the whipped cream going on, getting all shut up with the whipped cream. But it's just a fun one. It's a super fun movie. Is Bugsy Malone. So if you just want something like a nice fun one to check out, to revisit, or something you've never seen before, want to check it. If you like musicals and that kind of stuff, this one up here is definitely a great one to check out from the Paramount Presents line, Bugsy Malone. All right, next up here, I have a nice stack of titles from Arrow Video / MVD Entertainment. And all these are all Arrow Video stuff. So link down below for that. Some really great ones. I'm gonna start with this great one on 4K for the first time. There's a lot of good 4K first timers in this video. And it's this great one up here. Definitely a pretty weird one, but it's a great movie. That is Dune, directed by none other than David Lynch in Dune. Originally from a book, and they made it to a movie here in like '84, I believe. And this thing is just packed up with all kinds of features. I'll take it out, the contents of it right now. But it looks so good on 4K. Pretty much takes place, it's hard to explain what the story is, but it takes place like, You get Kyle MacLachlan's characters like his prince and this other planet, and then like these inhabitants are there, but his general, and it's like trying to find his way with these different worm things. I want to get this stuff called, they're into this stuff called spice. And it's like, it's all this, it's crazy hard to explain, but it's a tripped out movie science fiction film is Dune. Definitely like, it's definitely not for everyone, Dune, but it's a great movie, great visual spectacle is Dune. And here's the booklet up over here. All kinds of great write-ups of this movie. And here's, you get like a nice poster, so I'll take out right now and show you guys what it looks like. The new cover art, and you get the original artwork too. Oop, flip it up around here, boop, boop. There it is. I love how that looks. That just pops with the two moons. And you get the new artwork too on that also, if you like that too. And here I'll show you what it looks like inside. It's just a great set, great one on 4K. Doing a great job every video, putting all these 4K releases out, and especially these beautiful sets with a nice, you know, that's like a nice hard cardboard. But again, say great, get some lobby cards, which I'll show you guys real quickly inside here. Look at that nice, cool lobby cards up here. So it's like fantastic movie. It kind of bombed though when it first came out, and this kind of turned off David Lynch from doing big budget movies when this came out. But still, like, I think it's a good one. It's just a great one. A lot of good features in this thing. I was watching this when I first got this in like last week. I watched the movie, and I watched a ton of features on this thing. I think I was like 4 hours watching all this stuff because it's loaded up, and it's just when you see interviews of David Lynch type stuff, I always get really fascinated. It makes me want to watch it a lot more. I just love his stuff. And this one right here, so it's not for everyone, but it's definitely a really cool science fiction flick. Tripped out, definitely something very different is Dune. Great one. If you're into like visuals and sci-fi, if you've never seen this before, I would say definitely give it a chance. It's definitely good. And if you're a fan of Dune, pick this up because this looks fantastic on 4K. Looks and sounds like wow. Like it's super crisp, just like pops. Like it's super good. But that's a great one up here. Dune available right now. Another really cool one from Dario Argento making his 4K debut as Cat O' Nine Tails' second movie he directed. In this feature up here, nice little giallo type film is this Cat O' Nine Tails in the Animal Trilogy series that he did during this time period in the 70s. A really good one up here. Show us like inside. So it looks fantastic on 4K. I watched this last night actually, and really good stuff is this. Pretty much like this blind guy, this other guy, they're trying to solve a case, and the guy's niece up here, and trying to like discover like who like did these murders, and there's all this mystery going on, and it's like them trying to find out who done it, and it's like not really sure. And like this is his niece, his young niece, know who done it, and it's like this cat and mouse caper before anyone else gets killed. Really good stuff though. Let me show the booklet inside real quickly. Look at this guy right here is like different, like sort of like a Charlton Heston. Sort of like sort of a knockoff type. I can definitely tell that guy was. But yeah, really good stuff though. Show you like the poster. So they did a really great job as Arrow Video does with putting these releases out because you get the original artwork and you get the new commission artwork. So here's the new one, and you get this great one, beautiful one here with the cat and stuff. I love that with that look and the yellow eyes. Like it just looks so good. Like it just looks so super awesome. And then the inside contents of it, so it looks and sounds great in 4K. Get the lobby cards in here, just like you did with Dune. So I'll go through these real quickly for you guys. Check them out in here in case you're wondering what's inside the set. Kind of want to show you guys what's inside here. Really nicely done. Look at, they got all kinds of great job. Like so I've always loved with Arrow Video, they always put out like amazing product and do it a super good job. Like definitely a film lovers company for sure. Is Arrow Video. And here's the disc. You get the 4K right up there. And in the back of it, you get all the features in this thing. I'll lay some of them off for you guys. You get like a nice, like I said, new 4K restoration scan. You get English dubbing, or you get the original Italian soundtrack too, in case you don't want to have the dubbing. You get subtitles in this too, of course. Kind of scenes, interviews. Great interview with Dario Argento about the film up here, which I was watching. It was super good. Yeah, can't go wrong. Dario Argento. And these kind of movies up here, master of making these films. So it's going out, available now on 4K. So if you're a fan of this film and Dario Argento stuff, this looks so good on 4K. I can't explain. I can't harp that enough. It looks so good. Definitely happy to check this one out. Great one to have in my collection. Cat O' Nine Tails, definitely a good one. And next up here, of course, another one from Arrow Video is one called Blind Beast. And when I first got this, I didn't really know what this one was. And I remember I was watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I watched this movie a long time ago on Turner Classic Movies, like late night, I believe. It's a trippy movie made in 1969. Great Japanese movie is this. Tripped Out. It's about this blind sculptor and this model. This model, like she was like modeling for like sculpting, and she does like nude modeling and stuff like that. So this sculptor, this blind guy, he's obsessed with her. So he tries filling up this statue that she modeled for. Then he comes to this plan to like kidnap her. He drugs her with chloroform. He gets help from his mom. He takes her back to this lair, this weird lair that's full of like gigantic sculptures of boobs, like eyes and noses. That's tripped out. And she's on this gigantic woman like sculpt of like a chest, boobs and like stomach. She's on this thing, and the sculptor like fills her up. He's obsessed with her. So it's kind of creepy and strange, and definitely it's just so weird and surreal movie. But it's shot beautifully. Great film. It's just great acting. It's only a couple of characters in the movie, but it's just shot so well. It's really immersive when you watch this. It's just a great piece of cinema. Is Blind Beast. Just trips you out, like throughout the progression of this girl in this being held captive, and this guy's obsession with her, and he keeps her in there, but she kind of like starts to like him too. It's a strange how it comes off, but it's so great and immersive. Is Blind Beast. Great one up if you're a film lover, like tripped out movies like say like a good Japanese cinema, a movie like House or David Lynch type films and stuff like that, or like art housey kind of ones. You'll definitely like Blind Beast. It's so good. This one's a great one. You get some great features in this thing. Get the original soundtrack with this thing. Get a brand new audio commentary with a Asian cinema aficionado behind the scenes and that kind of stuff. There, let me show you guys what it looks like inside. And you get like I can't show too much of the original cover art because it shows like I think boobs, but I'll show what I can in this thing. But it's a trippy thing. So you get a lot of boobs in this movie. Like crazy, weird sculptures. It's very visceral and just tripped out. I can't really show that too much because there's a lot of boobage in there. But it's really well made. So it's super good. Gotta love Asian cinema. Here's what it looks like inside. Yeah, I can show that. Yeah, here's like what it's like inside there. I can't show this though, but I can show that. But it says really well made movie. Definitely highly recommend Blind Beast. It is a good one. Feast for the eyes. Tripped out. Interesting flick is this. Like I've watched. I remember, like I told you earlier, guys, I haven't watched this one in a long time. I forget the name of the title. I remember watching it and I always remembered it. And I got this in for review. I'm like, oh my god, it's that movie. And I couldn't be happier. This is a really good one. All right, last up here from Arrow Videos, definitely an interesting one made in the 70s. That is the Brotherhood of Satan. Really cool cover, trippy movie, a little slow burn, a little fashion at times, but not bad. It's a little not like hokey, but a little bit at times. But it's pretty good though. Very much like a made-for-TV vibe is this one, which takes place of this guy going on a road trip. This husband, his wife dies. He's with his new girlfriend. He's with his daughter to go on this road trip to kind of bond and connect and that kind of stuff. He's going through what happened with his wife, and they go to this small town, and the town's really weird. These people are real strange and bizarre. They try to attack them, so they try to leave the town. They go back on the road. They get into a crash, and like one of the girls don't know, but they're kind of picked. One of the girls like at this town, like his daughter and some other kids, they kind of picked to be like in this satanic cult, and there's like this town has a secret satanic worshippers there and do these weird rituals, and it's just creepy and weird. And so at some place they crash, they get stuck back in the town, they gotta stay in this town, and weird things go on, people die, and it's very strange. They can't escape this town in a sense until these rituals are getting done. They kind of get sucked into it, and it's just a really interesting one. It's a little corny at times with some of the music and whatever, but it's not bad. Just put it out there. That's what this is a little bit, but it's still a well-made movie. I feel like 70s, sort of like movies like Devil's Reign and like sort of like made-for-TV kind of stuff. You'll definitely dig this one up here. Pretty cool, satanic horror flick as this one. And here's what it looks like inside. Get the disc, get the cool reversible cover art, which I really dig this one. I think I'm gonna switch it to that one. I really like how that one looks. Has a nice look to it. And next little booklet up here, which will show some of the contents of it inside. Very interesting one is this. Definitely, I don't think I've ever seen, I saw this, I've never seen this one before. First time checking this one out. I enjoyed it, but it's a little bit like old fashioned at times, but not bad. So it's not a bad one, but definitely a pretty cool one to have in the collection. I love how that artwork looks. Like, it just looks super good, just pops. Right, next up here, a nice stack of movies from Umbrella Entertainment. They're an Australian company, but all these movies will play on your player, so there's no region on them. Even though they have regional codes on them, but like they even have like region things on them, but you don't have to worry about it. They'll play on your system. But some really good Australian company. And I got 4 of them to talk about. I got this one here from their line called Exploitation Classics, in the slasher movie Nightmares. I remember seeing this cover in stores before. I thought I saw it before. I never saw it until I watched this one for the first time. And pretty cool one is Nightmares. You kind of block that out because you see a chick topless back there, but it pretty much takes place as this young woman right here. She had a horrible trauma happen to her when she was a kid. Like, she saw her mom get killed. It was this horrible accident, traumatized her. So she gets brought up in this like orphanage place. And then later on in life, she wants to be an actress, so she auditions for these roles. But she has these weird flashbacks of like, if like a guy tries to talk to her or whatever, she'll trip out and she'll like attack them with like a thing of glass. It's just like, it's a trippy movie. Is this pretty good like slasher flick? And you're not really sure what's going on. It's like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not a bad one. Is this Nightmares? Looks really good on Blu-ray. Show the inside of it up here, and also called Stage Fright 2 on that thing also. But yeah, pretty good one is this. Bad little horror flick. Some people don't like it, but it's actually not that bad. I thought it was actually pretty good. Was this one? I had fun with it. Definitely good 80s vibes to it. Not a bad one up here for a horror fan. It's a great one to have for this time of year. Halloween right around the corner. Pretty much might as well do it up right now. Get some good horror goodness and get yourself Nightmares. A lot of things on there with interviews and stuff like that, all up on that thing. So yeah, not a bad one is this Nightmares. All right, next up here goes old school noir movies. I don't mind some noir. This is like crime type movies of like 40s and stuff like that, 40s and 50s. It has this one up here called The Sniper. Never seen this one before. A great introduction by Martin Scorsese. He loves these films. A great introduction about this guy up here. He's like a woman hater. He goes in a crazy shooting spree one day and just starts sniping people. It's all in black and white, but it looks really good in black and white. I feel like those kind of noir old school movies, you'll definitely enjoy this one up here. Here's like the inside contents of it. Nothing crazy said, but you get like a nice commentary on here and an introduction by Martin Scorsese. Definitely, if you like old school flicks, this is actually a really good one, is Sniper. There's this one up here called Malcolm. It's a pretty fun comedy, an interesting one. I remember seeing clips of this before. The car separates. It's pretty famous in Australia. There's this movie called Malcolm, made in the 80s, I think 86. And pretty much takes place with this guy named Malcolm. He's always was into like Tinker Toys and remote control cars and things like that. When we get older, he got into a life of crime. And he makes these crazy devices to go on heists and these crime sprees. And this little team of people, a few people he has with him to go on these crazy bank heists and robbery heists. He uses like these electronic devices to do that. And it's kind of neat, fun, pretty fun comedy caper is this. I definitely enjoyed it. So if you like stuff like Nuns on the Run and things of that sort of vibe to it, this kind of has that vibe to it in a way. With, but Australian. It's pretty fun, this one. I actually enjoy this one. And you get some pretty good special features thing. You get a nice featurette with the David Parker. You get an audio commentary track on here, interviews, some of the cast and crew. Looks like inside. Here it is right up here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one. I'm sure it's a big cult classic in Australia. I don't know if you guys heard about this one here in the States or elsewhere, but Malcolm, available right now. Pretty fun one is this. Then the last from Umbrella Entertainment, I got a couple of fun science fiction flicks are these ones. Tarantula and the Incredible Shrinking Man double feature. And this one's pretty fun. Some good, low budget, good sci-fi type, made in the 50s schlocky flicks are these ones, Incredible Shrinking Man and Tarantula, but this gigantic tarantula. Things gone wrong. It's just, they're kind of low budget, but they're fun. These are pretty fun ones. Are these You get some special features. Thing, you get trailers and a little trailer reel. That's about it in this thing, but it actually looks pretty fun though. When you watch this, it's like just they're all black and white, but it looks actually really good on Blu-ray. There's fun ones to watch, especially this time of year. Like I said about nightmares. Spooky season is here. Halloween time's like it's like right around the corner. Next month's Halloween. So this is a good one to have in the collection if you like old school horror type stuff, old black and white ones. This is a good one to have to the collection. All right, last but not least, I got some stuff here from Mill Creek Entertainment. A few titles I'm going to talk to you about. This one up here is like an Ultraman type show, but it's called Gridman, the Hyper Agent Complete series, available now on Blu-ray. It says if you're a fan of Ultraman type stuff, you'll definitely enjoy this right up here. The complete series of this, all here on Blu-ray. They all come with their individual discs up here, which is great. You know, they're doing a pretty good job with Mill Creek with doing this stuff. And they get this whole line like a lock. They got all these Ultraman type shows, like it's nuts. But this one's available right now. I think it comes out this week actually. Yeah, I think it comes out this week, September 7th. So look out for your stores if you're a fan of these films up here, and if you're a fan of if you're a fan of this show. Look out for this coming up Tuesday. And then next up here, we have a couple like horror movie double feature set, couple of good ones. I remember I haven't watched these in a while, but I watched these recently. They're actually really good. And it has like The Watcher with Keanu Reeves and James Spader, and Skeleton Key. Remember Skeleton Key was always kind of creepy with, you know, get Kate Hudson, and she's like out in the New Orleans, and there's like this voodoo going on, and The Watcher too is really good also. These cool ones up here making, you know, going on Blu-ray. I think The Watcher might be getting its Blu-ray debut. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think so. But yeah, pretty good stuff is this up here. For a couple of good fun ones just to watch, pop on. A couple of good horror movies. This is a good one to check out right here and revisit for sure. And last but not least, for the movie reviews up here, is a fun one I haven't watched in a long time. I totally forgot about it until I got this on Blu-ray, making its Blu-ray debut. It has with Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley, and For Richer or Poorer. And it takes place, pretty good fun one is this. Definitely fun 90s vibes, because like this couple, they're a couple really rich, but they hate each other. They're kind of miserable, but then their account gets like all their money's gone, and they gotta hide out, and like the IRS tries to track them down, so they hide out in Amish country until their lawyer/accountant figures things out, try to get the money back and that kind of stuff, which is kind of good because it kind of makes them bond in a way in the weird parts of Amish country in here, and just kind of, you know, fish out of water with them going to the Amish country. Good fun stuff. Good fun comedies. This one, For Richer for Poorer, definitely enjoy this one. Kind of remind me of something you would watch. You would run out of Blockbuster back in the day with your folks or whatever. They would probably rent this out. Definitely has a vibe to that to me. But definitely a pretty fun one up here is this one. And that's it for my movie reviews. Had a nice stack of stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Look at stacks on stickity stacks of movies. I get them everywhere. They're everywhere up here, man. So if you guys enjoyed this one, and I sure hope you guys did, if you're new to my channel too, please consider subscribing. Definitely will appreciate it. If you like this video, drop a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Let me know what movies up here you enjoyed me talking about and showing, and which ones you might pick up or already gotten. Let me know in a comment below, and I'll catch you guys later on the next video. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you later.